since it makes not just the individual that is getting dropped out they're attempting to quiet them down, yet anyone's observing. Now they shut up in light of the fact that they say on the off chance that it can happen to this person, it can happen to me ice shape, is uncovering a mysterious industry club of watchmen who purportedly attempted to undermine his vocation and wipe out Kanye West in another meeting block focused on his new compromise with Kanye, and shared more insights regarding how the Hollywood elites and guardians attempted to slander him and attempt to take him out anyway. The reactions to Ice 3D Square's enemies of Watchmen visit have been blended in with many fans, saying he ought to keep uncovering the malicious side of the business and others attempting to quietness him, and blaming him for being a connivance scholar. So what Cube say about accommodating with Kanye? Did the Hollywood guardians genuinely attempt to dispose of Jay? How about we get into it? I accept he's doing extraordinary. You realize he's still, managing up for certain individuals attempting to clutch his cash. Yet generally I trust he's in a decent space in the event that you haven't up to speed yet. Ice 3D shape has been effectively uncovering the privileged insights of Hollywood guardians, and he as of late became a web sensation after apparently inferring that the business essentially attempted to dispose of Kanye West. To give you some foundation, 3D Square and Yahoo have been companions for a long time anyway. Their fellowship hit an obstacle last year when Kanye offered a few dubious remarks about Solid Shape during his appearance on the Beverage Winners digital recording. The contention began back in October, when Kanye was blamed for hostile to Semitism subsequent to sharing a progression of since-erased tweets. Kanye later explained that he was alluding to explicit, obscure Hollywood leaders who attempted to disrupt him, yet all things considered, he was promptly boycotted, lost numerous worthwhile agreements, and got prohibited from all virtual entertainment stages. Yet Kanye wouldn't withdraw, and he began his own web recording visit, uncovering every one of the evil manners by which the business overseers attempted to dishonor him during one of these web recording appearances. Kanye reviewed how back in 2016, he was put on a compulsory mental hold in the wake of being wrongly analyzed, and he apparently inferred that his controllers attempted to harm him with lithium. Definitely what I'm talking about is, look, they attempted to sedate me. I was depleted, they wrongly analyzed me. And when I asked them how much lithium did you need to put me on precisely, it took them 4 days to answer, since they were humiliated about the sum. Right. And I would not take this right. You grasp that in the event that I had taken the drug, I wouldn't be here. And it would have been burdens. He was profoundly grieved. We miss him. We love his music. However, well, they would have Britney Lances. Look, they would have Michael Jackson. Or more regrettable, no doubt. So I think about what they looked, how they treated Britney. When she went in, she was worn out, she was depleted, she was not doing so great, yet 10 years of that prescription destroyed her cerebrum. You can see it. Now you can see there's not a lot of her left. What's additionally insane is that weeks after Kanye made these cases, news broke that previous 90s pop star Aaron Carter suffocated in his bath only one day after he tweeted this. Yo, Kanye, we should talk. One man to another. Kanye later recommended that Aaron was on the grounds that he needed to converse with him about Harley, Kanye's previous fitness coach, who compromised he would regulate him that way, assuming that they endeavored to kill me, or kill me like they killed Michael Jackson or JFK. Or Aaron, what does the person say? Aaron Carter, the person needed to converse with me about the Harley past the following circumstance. Assuming they did, that they would agree that gracious, it's yippee psychological wellness. At this, begin expressing that there basically should be a reality to everything Kanye, in light of the fact that there was essentially such a large number of occurrences that didn't make any sense concerning ice shape. He at first keeps quiet on Kanye's remarks, in spite of having recently been blamed for hostile to Semitism himself. However, at that point, Kanye showed up on Drink Champions and guaranteed that it was Solid Shape who affected his perspectives. Did you realize Solid Shapes truly set me up for this? Yo, man. It's like you truly affected me, better believe it, you know energy and I. And I'm here to complete the task. That is when 3D Square discharged back on Twitter, guaranteeing he doesn't have anything to do with Kanye's convictions. I disdain that my name was hauled into this plastered champions. This brother, I don't have the foggiest idea what gay implied by his explanations, you must ask him. I didn't return the batteries in his kindly avoid my name with regard to the counter-Semitic talk. I'm not enemy of Semitic, and never happened anyway, only months after the fact solid shape, apparently had a shift in perspective. And in June he was spotted grinning and embracing Kanye outside his home in Marina del Rey. So what compelled Shape adjust his perspective and freely show love to Kanye? Well's fascinating that 3D Square and Kanye's gathering occurred only weeks before Block shared a viral video on Twitter examining Hollywood Guardians and uncovering his arrangement to uncover the mysterious business club that supposedly attempted to take out Kanye. And what I understood with the club music makes them so frantic is the point at which you would rather not be a piece of the club that annoys them. What club am I referring to? I'm discussing the club of guards that we as a whole got to manage. And however 3D Shape named no names or make sense of what the motivation behind this club was, his fans leaped to the center to say that they promptly comprehended who he was discussing. 3D Square then proceeded to charge the NBA and the media for attempting to undermine his 3-on-3 b-ball association, the Huge Three. And he said that this happens when you're outside the club. Many individuals could say like yet you. If you have any desire to work with the NBA, truly, I don't give an about working with the NBA. What I believe that they should do when I express work with us is to quit neutralizing us, quit doing that in the background that we realize you doing established press, you know things with us. And that is cool. That is when Block uncovered that he will begin doing interviews and digital broadcast appearances, since he considers it to be his obligation to get the message out and stand up on every one of the obscure things he's seen in the business. Well, what I will do is go on a Guardian's digital broadcast visit, and I will go converse with everyone in the meantime. Shape additionally uncovered during his new appearance on the Joe Rogan digital broadcast that he passed on a $9 million film job, since he would have rather not taken the sought-after immunization. And he guaranteed that the media attempted to paint him as insane for turning down such a lot of cash makers conversing with my kin. And they're similar to on the off chance that you don't take it, you realize he can't be in the motion pictures. Like it's not taking, it's like, okay, can't do the film. As per 3D Square at the time, he would have rather not openly uncovered his explanations behind turning down the job anyway. Somebody released the news to the press, and he was immediately marked enemy of vax, where you shouldn't veil an individual's clinical status. And here it is, they print mine. He ever Reese Lisa explained in a discussion with Logan Paul that he was never enemies of vax, all antibodies. And he just felt that individuals ought not be coerced or scared into accommodation to make the sought-after effort. I'm not enemy of antibody. I've been inoculated before, commonly all through my life. It's a singular decision. It sucks that individuals were pushed out of their positions on dropped relatives, not a partner with their own family. Since it is other than that you purportedly understood that he responded too firmly when Kanye brought him up in his Beverage Champions interview. And that is the reason he contacted Yippee to accommodate 3D Shape, likewise supposedly dreaded for Kanye's life subsequent to witnessing firsthand the business watchmen were eager to kill any individual who really considered standing up against them concerning Shape and Whoopi's ongoing relationship. Shape as of late uncovered that they're enjoying a positive outlook and demanded they never at any point had any genuine hamburger during his appearance on Wharf's Morgan Uncensored. Solid Shape was gotten some information about the remarks Kanye made on Drink Champions in Cuba. Made sense of that. The main explanation, he limited any association with those remarks at the time, was on the grounds that Kanye didn't make sense of the full setting when he referenced what solid shape meant for him. Better believe a long time prior. I mean, we were consistently cool, you know. He talked my name without truly making sense of what he implied. And I super couldn't forget about that proclamation there without you realize he never made sense of what he implied, and keeping in mind that Solid Shape said that Kanye committed an error by summing up an entire gathering, as opposed to naming people who violated him. He likewise uncovered that Kanye is as yet managing those equivalent people there evidently as yet attempting to demolish him monetarily. I accept he's doing extraordinary. You realize he's still, managing up for certain individuals, attempting to clutch his cash. Yet generally I accept he's, in a decent space. Now concerning fans, large numbers of them are lauding both Block and Kanye for openly confronting the business guardians. Anyway, others are blaming 3D Shape for being a sellout and a trick scholar. And they're saying that he should be boycotted, very much like Whoopi. One individual as of late tweeted at Block, "My sibling Ice 3D Square. I've been paying attention to you starting around 1993. You went from Capture the President the police straight out of Compton. The rundown goes on, as a result of you, I still rep the West. Kindly let me know you're not selling out in Block." Really chose to address the sellout hypotheses. In answer to the fans expressing sellout, "I work independently. I'm independent. How would you feed your family? How much do you sell your time each hour on your work?" Many fans then leaped to Shape's guard and said that they were delighted to see Q openly supporting Kanye regardless of the business, attempting to dispose of Yahoo for good. One fan tweeted, "Ice Shape kicked in with Whoopi and Cali like 2 months prior. And I swear since he's been removing a speed directly from Kanye's ass."